Hi everyone, it's Shannon. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button because you'll find new DIYs, tutorials, and new inspiration here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And thank you so much to Ring for sponsoring today's video.
I am so excited about this tutorial. I'm going to be sharing with you not only how to create a really simple Christmas urn for your front porch, but I'm also going to take you along with me as I decorate the porch for the holidays. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so before I can go outside and decorate the front porch, I need to build my urns. I'm going to make two of these, one for each side of the door. And my urn back here is from Michael's. I was able to get it for 50% off at the time, so it was only $25 each. And I used this in my fall porch and just made it in a way that I was able to take the pumpkins right off the top so that I could change it out for the different holidays. And now for the Christmas urn, I'm going to add a Christmas tree into ours. And this is from Walmart. It's a 4-foot pre-lit green field pine. It was really inexpensive. It was only about $25, which is a great price on a pre-lit Christmas tree. I also have some buffalo check ribbon from Michael's. It has wire in it. And then I want to make this urn interchangeable just like I did with the pumpkins. So to do that, I have some spray foam, which I got from Home Depot. And then I also have a piece of plastic conduit. Now this was a scrap piece we already had in our garage, and so I'm not quite exactly sure on the size of it. It is 1 inch wide from the outside to the outside, and it's about 3/4 of an inch wide on the inside, if that helps at all. And so we just cut these down. This is probably about 7 or 8 inches tall. You want to get a piece of conduit that is going to fit the base of your Christmas tree. And then I also have my Ring video doorbell too, which I'll talk about just a little bit. This is definitely a staple piece on our porch that we have up year-round, and it may not necessarily be decorative, but it's definitely something we can't live without. Alright, so the basic concept here is we're going to put this conduit into the bottom of the urn, and then we're going to put spray foam around it. So that's basically going to hold this little post in place so that when we put our tree in the top, it's not going to rock around or move or anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some hot glue to the bottom of this piece of conduit. That way it just kind of holds itself into place as we're adding our foam. Okay, so now it is time to add our spray foam. Like I said, I found this at Home Depot, and it's basically for gaps and cracks to fill in spaces so you don't have air leaks, but it also works great for DIY projects like this. So make sure to wear gloves when you're working with this product, because if you get it on your skin, it's really difficult to get off. And we're just gonna shape this. You wanna make sure you shape this up really, really well and get all of those ingredients incorporated. Next, you want to take your lid off of your can, and then it comes with this little straw and connector piece. You just put your connector piece on the top. It has a screw top, and you screw the straw in. You want to make sure you screw it all the way down so that there's no leaks. And then the end of the straw, there's this yellow plastic piece. Right now it's showing red, and when you pull on it or you push it out, it will show green, and that means that it is open and it's ready to use. And now we go ahead and spray our foam inside the urn. Just make sure you stay below the height of the conduit and that you don't get any inside of the conduit to plug it up, which will deter us from being able to put our Christmas tree inside. Alright, so that's all in place now. It says it is tack-free within 15 minutes and that it'll cure completely in 8 hours. Alright, so I've let this sit for a few hours. It's pretty hard. Like it said, it takes 8 hours to cure completely, but it's hard enough now that I can go ahead and put the Christmas tree in there and get it all decorated. Alright, so a lot of the elements I'm going to be adding to the porch have this buffalo check on them, so I want to make sure my trees match and sort of help tie the whole look together. So I'm going to create a couple tree topper bows, and I'm also going to trail some of the ribbon down the sides to decorate them up a little bit. So to make a tree topper bow, you just sort of make loops on both sides, sort of make like a figure 8 as you wind all the way up. And you sort of size your loops to be all the same. So as you are going along making your loops, you kind of pull and tug on them and make sure they're sized up about the same height and that they're even. Same thing on this side. You kind of want to make sure you hold your fingers in the middle, about where the middle of your bow is going to be. And then I also like to pull these up in the middle and make sure both sides of my loop are the same height. So that way both sides of my bow are the same. So as you go along, you just fold your loops one on top of each other, checking as you go along until you get enough loops that you're gonna have a full bow. Alright, so I have all my loops here. Just to kind of give you a better idea, my ribbon is 2.5 inches wide, and I've got about a span of 12 inches from one side to the other, and I've created 8 loops on each side. So now what I'm going to do is find the middle of my ribbon, and then I'm going to crease the center. Excuse all this ribbon that's not wanting to stay put for me. Okay, so you're going to find the middle of your bow, and then you just push down in the middle to make a crease, and then you fold the sides back. So basically you have 2 humps and a valley in the middle. You can use some string or twine. I have jute here, and this is what's going to close up the bow. We also want to leave some longer tails on the string here so we can tie this to the top of the bow, and that's what's going to keep our bow secured to the top of the tree. So I'm just going to wrap this string around a couple times and tie a knot in the back. And now we can go ahead and cut the excess ribbon off. You want to leave a little bit of a tail so it doesn't come back through our knot we just made. And then we can start fluffing our loops. So you don't want a flat bow, so kind of pull some up top, pull some down below, fluff them, give them life, make it really, really full on both sides. And we'll probably do some more fluffing of this once we get it on the Christmas tree. And then the tails of the bow, I'm gonna add once I have the bow on the Christmas tree. They're actually gonna be separate, and we'll tie those onto the back of this bow. And I may add several of them, and I'll show you how to do that in just one second. And here's a look at our big, fluffy, loopy tree topper bow.
The very first thing that you'll see on our front porch, which is also the most important thing, is our Ring Video Doorbell 2. Absolutely love this device. Like I said, we can't live without it anymore. It is a doorbell and surveillance camera all in one. So when someone rings your door, you can answer it from the Ring app and tell a delivery driver where to leave your packages for safekeeping. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I do a great big deal of my Christmas shopping on Amazon, and so I have a lot of packages showing up at our front door, and the Ring is a great way to deter package thieves. And when the Ring senses motion, it notifies you that someone is at your front door, so you can see and speak to anyone in real time. And I also really appreciate being able to know when my holiday gifts arrive, because the Ring notifies you and you're able to keep an eye on your packages until you are able to get home and retrieve them from the front porch. I will have a link down in the description box below with more information on the Ring doorbell too, if you'd like to check that out. The next thing I added to the front door was this wreath. I actually did a tutorial on this previously, and I will link that in the iCards if you want to see how you can create this beautiful flocked Christmas wreath using Walmart supplies. Next, I added this front door rug, which is from Hobby Lobby. I love the layered rug look. So I added this first and then added this Home for the Holidays doormat, which is from Target. And once those items were in place, I was finally able to add my Christmas tree urns to each side of the door. I do want to mention that I added some bricks to the inside of the urns. Not only did that help hold the trees up, but it also added some weight as we get lots of high winds, so I wanted to make sure these weren't going to go anywhere. And now it's time to add the buffalo check ribbon. I tied the bow to the top of the tree and then cut my ribbon to twice the height that I wanted it, and I cut 2 strips of this and tied that into the back of the bow in the middle, and then just secured each one of the loops on the tree by wrapping a tree branch around to hold them into place. I repeated this process with the second tree by tying the bow onto the top and adding some ribbon tails to the sides. And like I said, make sure you tie your ribbon into a branch. That way your ribbon stays in place. And then I also had a scrap piece of flocked garland that matched the trees and added that to the top of our mailbox with another little bow of buffalo check ribbon on the top. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. It's so gorgeous. I think some pops of red would be so pretty if you added some red ribbon to these or some red ornaments to these to really give it that Christmassy look. I'm kind of staying with a more neutral tone this year just to do something different, and I love all of the flocked greenery and also
Thank you so much again to Amazon for sponsoring today's video. I will have a link down in the description box to the Ring video doorbell too if you want to check that out. Our home is finally coming together for the holidays. I really enjoy decorating both inside and outside. Let me know down in the comments below, do you decorate outside for the holidays? I would love to know. You can click the subscribe button next to me if you haven't already. I have more holiday DIYs and tutorials in the link below that. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram for more inspiration, and I will see you all in my next tutorial. Bye everyone.